Well, thanks very much for agreeing to do the interview, Raphael. That's lovely. Could I just ask you how you feel the mentoring has gone in general for you?
Yeah, it's been a wonderful experience. I mean, having someone who you can call a mentor is what's been the greatest experience. Because just like we've been discussing earlier, there's so many avenues in terms of what's available to help you out in terms of getting a job or becoming more employable. But these avenues are very one-dimensional. So, for instance, I'd use a magazine. You could probably get, and it'll tell you what you need to do with your CV. It will tell you what you need to say in an interview. But that's very one-dimensional, and what you see is what you see. Whereas, having a mentor, they can give you various perspectives on what these, interviews or what these job opportunities have, and it can give you more than one route to follow. And I think that's one of the greatest things that the mentorship provides. Which, for me, I'd take over, the traditional magazine or one-dimensional route.
Yeah, lovely. So what would you say the discussions have been about?
They've been, the discussions have been around, the circumstances which I as a mentee were facing at the time. So with regards to, job opportunities, what I'd need to do in terms of making myself more employable, some of the things that I was doing that I might need to change, helping to kind of broaden your perspective on what you see as an opportunity. For me, I'd use myself as an example. Trying to make myself more employable. I'd, done what I needed to do with my CV. I tried to make it very, effective, so that when I'm sending it out to, these employers, they'd be able to see what I've done as a student outside of education as well, to kind of help increase my employability. But having the mentor, our discussions have gone further than that, or they've looked deeper than what the CV says, and it's just about making yourself an well-rounded person beyond your CV. At the end of the day, the CV is the first point of contact that the employer is going to see. But when you're called in for the interview, your CV now becomes a side element. They want to see what you as an individual can do. And I think having a mentor, my mentor's helped me to identify that this is what I need to focus on. So as much as I want to make my CV the best it could possibly be, trying to improve myself as an individual, so that when the CV no longer has a role to play, I can be able to defend myself, when the interview stages come about.
That's lovely. And how have you been communicating, and how often, and where, and so forth?
We've communicated, via everything, to be honest. So we've spoken on the phone, we've met in person, we've sent emails, we've sent texts. My situation is going to be different to everyone else's situation, and everyone else's situation is going to be different to someone else's. It depends on the relationship between the mentor and the mentee. I'm fortunate enough to have my mentor working not too far away from Loughborough, so she has the opportunity on her way home, to pass through Loughborough and for us to meet over coffee. So that has given us the opportunity to meet in person. Someone else who, for instance, works in Scotland, having a mentor, 300 miles away, you're not going to have that opportunity to meet as often as you want to in person. So, that's where Skype comes into play. That's where emails come into play. But, for me, as a person, it's mostly been emails and, text, phone calls.
Is there any particular frequency or pattern of the communications?
We tried to not make things so strict. We tried to make the whole process as flexible as it could possibly be. Just making us feel more free with each other and helping the relationship. So we haven't had set times, where we have to meet every week or we have to meet every month. Because that then puts us working to a deadline, which is not what we want to do. So I can't really count the amount of times that we've actually kept in communication, but it hasn't been strict in terms of, if I have an issue, then I call her up and then we talk about it. But that's pretty much what it's been.
Yeah. And just finally, and I think you've touched upon this in any case, but are there any things that you've learned from your mentor, and things that you would like to implement or put into practice from the
Yeah,
discussions?
I mean, that's one of the benefits of actually having the mentorship scheme. It's just the fact that knowing that my mentor has gone through the same processes that I'm going through right now. She was once a student. She was once, getting ready to graduate from university. She was once looking for a job, and that's where I am right now. So it's just the fact that I've been able to, ask for her own guidance. Some of the things that she's been through to kind of help me, so that I won't have to go through, the same process. Eventually I am going to make a few mistakes. I am going to go through a few things that maybe she didn't anticipate, which is then for me as a future mentor myself, hopefully will be able to kind of pass on to someone else. But in terms of the stuff that I've picked up on, it's just the fact that you have someone to always tell you, it's going to be okay. I remember when I had a job interview, and I wouldn't say it was certain I was going to get it, but I had reached a certain level in the job process that I was fairly confident, that I'd be employed, but I didn't get it. And it's just the fact that, I could email her, I told her, what the situation was and how I didn't get it. And, she sent me a very long, detailed email about the stuff that I needed to hear. And, that's been one of the major benefits that I've been able to get from the process, is that someone is always there to help and guide you, regardless of what the situation is. So I definitely, advise anyone who is looking to get a mentor to, get one, because the benefits are humongous. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much indeed for participating in this, Raphael. Thank you.